Caleb, I have a theory and a question to ask you. You know, you're talking about communication. We're talking about being successful as a manager in a dealership. We're talking about leadership. My theory is your success as a manager, your success as a leader, your success as a producer in a management situation as a dealership can be based upon or can be judged by the number of difficult conversations you're willing to have. Like you said, you know, that guy was wanting to talk to the people he didn't mind berating or 15 minutes of wearing them out, whereas he didn't want to have that difficult conversation with the guy who caused the problem. My theory is the person who is willing to have the most difficult conversations, not looking for fights, but looking to solve difficult, complex problems, that guy's going to be the most successful.
I agree with that. And to that point, a way to handle those conversations, another way is this right here. You know, gossip in a store, in a team will tear a team apart, right? And so another effective technique that I like to use is, let's say someone comes to me, Billy, and they go, "Hey, Billy, I need to tell you about this. You're not going to believe this. So-and-so said da-da-da-da-da." What you do is you say, and you don't tell people you're going to do this, or, you know, but they'll get it real quick and it'll stop the gossip in your store. So, you know, this is one of those knowledge bombs you talk about, just an alert here, Smith. If you have a situation where you're having gossip tearing your store apart, all you need to do is this. As soon as someone says, "Hey, Billy, so-and-so did this," you say, "Hey, hold on, just hold on a minute. Hold on 1 second. Pick your phone up, page that person to the office. Don't talk to them. That guy that came to you to gossip is going to be sitting there real nervous, right? You bring the other person in. You say, "Okay, Billy, you were just about to tell me about how Steve was doing this, 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 and this. Let's go ahead and talk about it." Right. And it will immediately stop that gossip in your store, because that guy just wanted to come tell you something. He don't want to have it with this guy. So what you do is, as soon as gossip comes to you in your store, you don't listen to it. You don't buy into it. It might be really important. That's fine. Let's say Steve was stealing tires off of jacked up trucks. Great. I want to hear about it. Same time Steve gets found out he's caught doing it. Don't tell me about it and let everything get let's not stir up this gossip storm at the store that's going to take away from taking care of customers, selling cars, selling parts, and selling service. Let's handle it that way. So general managers, dealers, sales managers, it doesn't matter what level you're at. When someone brings gossip to you, stop it, call the person in there wanting to talk about, and have that conversation right then, and it will stop it from happening in your store, because people don't want to be put in that awkward situation.
I love it. That's a specialized knowledge truth bomb drop right there, and it's very serious. But now I just got to keep it light. Caleb is in South Carolina, I'm in Georgia, and I didn't know that people stole the takeoffs of the jacked up trucks in South Carolina as well. That's the thing here. People are getting fired down here all the time for taking off stealing the tires off the jacked up trucks. So obviously it's a thing throughout the South. Go ahead.
I think it's a thing everywhere, whether, guys, but looking for easy money like that comes from not respecting the store you're working at. It does. It's not, it's because you feel like the guy feels like it doesn't matter. He feels like, he's just there. He's not going to be there forever. He's just there. So easy money opportunities comes along and guys take advantage of it. And so it's everywhere, it's everywhere. I know a guy who had guys come in and take every catalytic converter off of the cars on his own lot, because, wow, it was happening everywhere. And he's like, "Hey guys, come here and do it." He's not a friend of mine. He's not somebody I'm associated with. I'm just saying it happens. Right. So, dealers, the sooner a dealer can really create a good bond with his entire staff, it goes a long way. And we got a few more minutes on this subject. I don't know if this guy's watching, but his name was Stephen Epley. And Stephen was a new salesperson at a store that I took over when I was with Cardone. It was a store I took over. And Stephen was struggling. He wasn't selling very many cars. He was new to sales. He had no experience, and he had no training. He just got through out, to survive. And we put him in a training program. We did our daily training. We did the Cardone on Demand, which is a great tool I recommend everybody use. And we did the Cardone on Demand training, and we got this guy really excited about selling. And he become a really great salesman really fast, you know, because he had a lot of enthusiasm. He was a nice young guy. And when he started, you know, it was his second month in sales, and he sold 20 cars, and he was the salesman of the month at this store. And the day the month ended, the next day we were having a little meeting, and I kept my desk was the receptionist desk. Even though as a general manager, I sat at the very front door of the store. I didn't have a private office. I sit at the receptionist desk and turned it into the general manager's desk. So I knew everything going on in the store. I could hear every conversation. I could see every customer walk in the door. And you have to do that when you first take over a store. You want to be in the middle of everything. So it may be, you know, yeah, it would be nice to have that office upstairs and the private bathroom and all that stuff. But if you just make your office the receptionist desk, you'll know what's happening in your store. So I'm sitting there, and the owner's wife comes in, and he says to her, he goes, Miss Brown, and that's her real name. Miss Brown, I sold 20 cars last month. And she goes, why are you talking to me? And she said, why are you talking to me? And he lost all, you know, hope and happiness he had. And he quit that, you know, within a couple of days he was gone. And he's became very successful now in real estate. But that one idea of someone just being so much better than someone else and they couldn't even talk to them, it caused that dealership to lose a great guy who would have made that guy a lot of money. I've seen that happen in another store where the CFO would tell me, he said, hey, Billy, or hey, Caleb, you know, that I call them manager A, B, C, D, E until they've been here for a year, and then I'll actually learn their name. That is poor communication that leads to all the things we talked about, tires, you know, going missing, bad credit apps. All that stuff comes from not having solid communication all the way throughout our organization, of letting everyone know we are a team, we do care about each other, and we want to have the best for everybody. So